You are now lying down in a room of an old Japanese house, a Kyomachiya. The season is December, the coldest night of the year. Your consciousness, which was deep in sleep, was suddenly drawn back by the absence of sound. The distant car sounds, the everyday noises from the neighboring house, and the chirping of insects that you would normally hear, all of them are gone. You gently opened your eyes. The room is dark, but not completely black. A faint, pale blue light is filtering into the room through the shoji paper. Feeling the warmth of the futon you were sleeping in, you quietly search for the source of that light. That light is Yuki Akari, snow light. The snow accumulated outside gathers the night's faint light and reflects it, illuminating your room. You quietly, slowly raised your upper body from the futon. The cold air instantly touches your back and arms that emerged from the blanket. It is a sharp, chilling coldness, as if touching a thin film of glass. Feeling that coldness, you quietly approach the Ingawa veranda. The dry, slightly coarse texture of the tatami mats is transmitted to the soles of your feet. You advance one step at a time on the cold tatami, taking care not to make a sound. Standing before you is a large shoji screen, separating the room from the outside world. The shoji paper is dyed a pale silver white by the snow light. You quietly put strength into your fingertips and slide the shoji open. Susu. An extremely gentle, yet certain sound of the wooden frame rubbing against the sill echoes, breaking the silence. As the shoji opens, the cold air from outside slips into your room, drawing a fine line. Su. That air is cold and odorless. It is the clean, freezing air unique to a snowy night. Beyond the open shoji, the Tsubo-niwa spreads out. The Tsubo-niwa is a small, tiny garden, built inside or behind a Japanese house. It is a tranquil, miniature landscape composed of limited materials such as stones, moss, and bamboo. That Tsubo-niwa is now completely covered in snow. The white snow covers everything in the garden, as if gently wrapping it in a white cloth. The usual colors of the garden: the green of the moss, the gray of the stone, the black of the bamboo, are all absorbed by the white of the snow, and the scenery looks like an inkwash painting with varying shades. Gently reach out your hand toward the stone covered with snow, and feel the coldness of the snow. That coldness momentarily steals the warmth from your palm, but simultaneously, it conveys the pure energy held within each snowflake. You strained your ears. What you hear is a complete, absolute silence. This silence is different from any you have ever experienced in your life. It is a dense quietness, as if all sound in the air has been absorbed by the snowfall, and even the reverberation of sound has been lost. If any sound can be heard, it might only be the sound emitted by the snow itself. When you concentrate your hearing to the maximum, you might hear a faint sound like a feather touching saw as snow lands on the bamboo leaves far away. Or perhaps the breath-like sound, HYU, of accumulated snow quietly dropping to the ground, unable to bear its own weight. The pause that exists between this sound and that sound is the true star of this night. All the roughness and miscellaneous thoughts in your heart are also absorbed by the snow in this extreme silence. Concentrate your awareness on this soundless sound of the snow. Breathe out all the noise held inside your body, and make your mind white, quiet, and clear, just like the view of the Tsubo-niwa. The breath you exhale turns into white mist in the cold air of the room and disappears instantly. Listen closely to the slight friction sound of your warm breath mixing with the cold air. This sound is proof that you are alive right now, and that you are deeply relaxed. In this cold silence, your body is searching for warmth. You quietly look away from the Tsubo-niwa and bring your awareness back into the room. A small hibakai brazier is placed in the corner of the room. Inside the hibakai, a small lump of charcoal, placed earlier by someone in the family, emits a faint red glow. On top of that charcoal rests a heavy iron kettle called Nambuteki, southern ironware. You gently reach out your hand to the kettle. The surface of the iron kettle is cozy and warm from the heat of the charcoal. This warmth gives a sense of security to your chilled fingertips. Touching the lid of the kettle, you feel the slight roughness of the metal. You gently lift the lid to check the temperature of the water inside. As you open the lid, warm steam rises like a white, soft cloud and touches your face. You pick up the unami teacup, prepared in advance, and tilt the iron kettle. An old, yet clear sound of hot water pouring from the kettle echoes. This water is sayu, plain hot water, boiled and slightly cooled. It is a traditional Japanese drink that gently warms the body from the inside during winter. The unami is immediately filled with the warmth of the sayu. Cup this warm unami with both your hands. Feel your palms being gradually warmed, and that heat slowly spreading to your arms, shoulders, and chest. Close your eyes and feel the faint dampness of the rising steam on your nose and lips. Fu. You quietly exhale and bring the unami to your lips. The sayu is not tasteless. You can perceive the sweetness of pure water and the slight mineral flavor imparted by the iron kettle. Feel the warm sayu slowly and gently passing down your throat. As the Sayu descends to the center of your body, the coldness of the snow outside begins to feel like a distant, faraway occurrence. You gently placed the yunami on the wooden frame of the Ingawa. Han. A modest, yet certain sound of the teacup's base touching the wooden frame echoes in the silence. In this moment, your consciousness shifts from the snowy silence of the Tsubo-niwa to the small activity inside the hibaka. Listen closely to the sound of the charcoal burning inside the brazier. Hachi. A very sharp, tiny sound of moisture inside the charcoal, bursting due to the heat, occasionally breaks the silence. This sound is not meant to disturb your sleep. Rather, it is as if this small guardian of warmth is quietly whispering, confirming that you are in a safe place. As the charcoal burns, the air in the room fills with a faint, dry scent. This is the sense of security brought by the presence of fire, dating back to ancient times. Having finished the Sayu, you feel your body warming from the inside, and your eyelids are beginning to feel heavy. The white of the snow and the red of the charcoal, coldness and warmth, silence and whisper. These two contrasting sensations gently carry your consciousness toward the boundary between reality and dream. All the roughness and events of the day in your heart were absorbed by the snow's silence and melted away by the warmth of the Sayu. You no longer need to think about anything. Just the three sensations: being warm, being in a safe place, and being in deep silence. Cherish them closely. Your consciousness is now gentle, quiet, and clear, just like the snowy landscape of the Tsubo-niwa. This silence soaks deeply, deeply into the back of your ears and the depths of your mind. You gently lay your body down on the wooden frame of the Ingawa. Your back and head lean against the wall, entrusting your entire body weight to the gentle structure of this old townhouse. Feel the boundary between the cold outside air and the warm room air. The air, cold yet comforting, flows around your face as if gently stroking you. Feel the strength slowly draining from your entire body. From your shoulders to your elbows to your wrists, all strength flows down to the floor. From your hips to your thighs, knees, ankles, and the tips of your toes, all muscles relax, and you feel your body sinking heavily onto the tatami mats. Focus your consciousness on your breath. The incoming breath is pure as snow, containing a freezing coldness, yet it cleanses your mind and body. The outgoing breath is warm as Sayu, carrying away all old tiredness and tension from within your body. Su-ha. Continue this gentle and deep breathing for a while. Your body no longer needs to support itself. Gravity and the silence of this place are completely embracing your body. You looked again at the snowy landscape of the Tsubo-niwa, visible through the gap in the shoji. The layer of white snow is growing thicker and deeper as the night advances. The snow has accumulated equally on the small stone lantern, on the moss, and on every joint of the bamboo in the Tsubo-niwa, changing all shapes to round and gentle ones. Imagine this snowy scene overlapping with the landscape of your mind. The sharp edges and rough parts in your heart are covered by the white silence of the snow, changing into a round, gentle shape. All your worries and anxieties about tomorrow are quietly buried beneath this layer of snow, and you no longer need to dig them up. From far away, you may have heard the extremely faint sound of a temple bell. Go on. The sound is very distant and not forceful. It is simply a quiet signal, indicating the passage of time. Feel the lingering sound of the bell, gently and slowly trailing off into the air until the very end. And savor the depth of the silence that follows the sound's disappearance. This silence is your cradle of sleep. Your eyelids are now almost completely closed. Your consciousness is white, quiet, and clear, just like the snowy landscape of the Tsubo-niwa. The last things you feel are the warm sensation of the iron kettle remaining in your palm, and the pure sweetness of the sayu lingering in your mouth. Your mind and body grow heavier and heavier, surrendering completely to gravity with a comforting sense of sinking. The thread of your consciousness stretches thinly, and lengthily, until it eventually snaps soundlessly. You are sinking quietly and securely into a deep darkness that is silent as snow and full of warmth. You will awaken when all fatigue is removed, and the refreshing morning light illuminates the shoji, making the snow in the garden sparkle. To deep, peaceful sleep. Good night.